Listen up here. The restaurant industry is grueling and unpredictable, just like this show, from the front of the house to the back of the house and all in between. We will turn up the heat, you turn up the volume. I'm Chef Antonio Caruana. Welcome to the Tell All Podcast, The Burnt Hands Perspective.
This podcast contains explicit and potentially offensive material. You've been warned. Now buckle up, bitches. Let's go.
What do we got today?
So this is going to be a fun one.
It is. It's all fun. It's always
fun.
They're
all fun, but this is polarizing because we're going to talk about vegans, vegetarians, and gluten-free.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to piss off what? How much? What, we're going to piss off 1% of the world?
This is the thing. People like to pretend that it's such a big deal. We've talked about this when we started this show.
Let them have it, Kristen. Let them have it.
We talked about the pussification and that people tailor their menus to fit vegan and gluten-free and all these things when the actual population of people who are that way is so small. So why is your 90% of your menu dedicated to less than 10% of the population?
Yeah.
This is it.
That's the problem. So let's talk about some numbers here. Let's start with vegan, okay? Let's start with this. Again, no disrespect to you if you're a vegan. It is what it is, but there's an issue here I have with it because it's, first of all, it's something that everyone else has to deal with.
Yeah.
And it sucks because everybody has a right to do what they want to do.
Yes.
Right?
And if it's ethical, more power to you.
Whatever
but
it is.
Don't bring your bullshit to other people's restaurants thinking they should cater to you when you're
Here's
the
the problem. There is not, unless you're in a major city.
Yes.
With major foot traffic and major differences in culture.
Like more diverse, because usually in cities you see more vegan or vegetarian style restaurants.
It's more typically
because it's more concentrated.
More concentrated, more liberal ideology, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is this: when you look at the statistics of being a vegan, because we do all this. When I go into the restaurant world and make the statistics, we have to freaking see what genres. We have to look at what's going on per capita in the areas. And anywhere you are as a national. Where are we at? 1% of...
So technically, we'll break down the numbers first, and then we'll go into each one of them. So technically, it was as high as 3% identified as vegan, but that number has dropped.
That was at the height of the trend.
That was the height and the average overall. So if we're looking at a long-term average of running numbers, it's about 3%. 1% is the actual right now in this year, I think,
Where
coming
it fell
out.
back.
Yeah.
2025, it's down to 1%.
Say around 3% was the max.
3%. Now... that goes for vegan. So if you're talking about a vegan-friendly menu in a restaurant, catering to 1% of the community out of 99% that's not, we're going to go with the vegan thing. That's cool if someone's vegan, good for you. However, stop being mad at me because I'm not going to do it. I have no interest in it, okay? Yes. Being a vegan is a complete life choice. It's a choice. It's not, no doctor ever said, yeah, you need to go vegan. If they did, that's a point zillionth of a percent.
If they are a doctor who actually understands like skeletal muscle and actual physiology, they will never tell you that.
Right. Well, I can't really say anything about all that, but I know I have a doctor friend who told me one thing and one thing only. You'll never see a healthy one. You keep them in business, right?
Yeah.
But I can't count on all that. Look, that's an opinion, right? Being a vegan is an opinion too. It's very hard for a restaurant owner or a chef who's not a vegan to satisfy that genre of people. And when they come in and they get mad because you don't have options or give you a 2-star review because you don't have options, we don't.
That's not. But
we don't.
So clarify for people what that means in your kitchen. What you have to do.
It means I have to source everything out specifically for that.
And it can't be used in other dishes the way you want.
Correct. And not only that, but you have to educate yourself in things I'm not really interested in learning. I'm not interested in learning about the whole vegan thing. I'm not interested in it.
Yeah.
Now, does that make me a bad chef? No, it makes me one who's not a vegan. That's it. I'm just not into it. There are some vegan chefs out there, I'm sure, that are amazing, right?
Yeah, there are.
And there are vegan establishments that are amazing.
Yep.
So go there. If your area doesn't have one, there's a reason.
Yeah.
If there's not a fucking vegan-only restaurant within 50 miles of your location, there's a reason.
There is. Well, it's not making money.
It's not making money.
Unless you're going to support them every day,
right.
They can't sustain that off of your one belief.
Right. So being a vegan in a restaurant is hard for the restaurateur, it's hard for the chef, and it's hard for the staff. Though we would like to accommodate everybody, we can't just accommodate every little choice you make in life. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. Gluten-free is hard enough.
We're going to get to that in a minute.
You know, that's another thing. You know, being a vegetarian, that's a little more feasible. But
vegetarian, the percentage on veg is about 6%.
Now, it used to be like 10.
Yeah, so it actually has dropped over the last years, and I think a lot of that has to do with more knowledge online about overall health and what's in,
Could
certain
be.
meats and quality
Sure.
meats, and going for, regenerative farming and farming practices for animals. Like, people are a little more comfortable eating them. So, because mostly is an ethical thing. I mean, even vegetarian.
Sure. So the other thing is you have, when it comes to vegetarian, that percentage dropped as well, is because when vegetarian was a thing at the height of it all, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, GMOs and everything that created the vegetables weren't as dominant either.
Yeah.
So now even vegetarians are getting a shady deal, because even the vegetables and shit are so GM out and processed anyway, that are they really getting the benefits of it? Now, the nutrition that would come from vegetables that were keeping people healthy aren't really there anymore in the vegetables. So it's hard to remain vegetarian only right now, unless you're learning to live or can afford a completely organic or farm to table situation,
Quality,
which really isn't there. So being a vegetarian nowadays is even less nutrition than you would think, because the vegetables themselves right now don't even have the nutrients in them that you need.
Which is ironic. Like, there is an ironic thing to that the highest country with vegetarians is in India, but they, you do have a lot of quality products. Like, you actually get fresh produce and stuff. So theirs is like almost like 70-80%.
Right, but they're doing some great
areas.
stuff with vegetarian anyway. I mean,
they do good. They actually make it taste good. But vegetarian, at least you get a little bit of leeway where you are still consuming, like, you can have baked, certain baked goods, dairy, like that kind of thing.
Right, and there's a lot of vegetarian dishes that are actually really good, and they're not. I don't always eat just meat. It doesn't mean I'm a vegetarian, but sometimes I want a vegetable-based dish, or a pasta with vegetables in the spring, or something like that. Yeah,
it's good.
So it doesn't mean that everything has to be that. But when it comes to the vegan thing, you're putting everybody around you in a fucking chokehold. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't go out to eat with someone. You can't go to the bowling alley and get chicken tenders. You can't just go get fucking French fries, because it might not be, who knows what.
If they were touched in any kind of animal,
it's a pain in the ass. It really is. If you had a reason to be vegan, meaning it's religious, one thing, or if you have a health concern that really has to force you into it, I have no problem accommodating that. But it's really hard for someone to walk in your place and ask, can the chef make something for a vegan? No.
You should look at the menu before you go. You should study the menu, and you should say, I can have this salad, or I can have this vegetable, and maybe you get it, not done in butter, whatever.
Right.
Like, whatever the case may be, read the damn menu before you go.
And the other thing is this. I hear other chefs say, if you're a good chef, you should be able to make anything. It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I am a good chef, and I can make it. I absolutely can make some delicious vegan food, no question.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. Because what I'm doing here right now for everybody else in my restaurant with 150 covers right now is ticket times and consistency.
You have to stop everything you're doing.
I have to stop what I'm doing to go make you a special dish. Are you going to pay me extra to be your personal chef now?
Yeah.
No, you're not. So that's the whole point.
I like that.
You know what I mean? You're not. So now I have to stop doing what I'm doing for everyone else to be your personal chef for the next 30 minutes. Are you going to pay me extra?
I can't touch anything else. I can't do,
I can't touch anything else, but you have to go through it. Then you have to go through your head and make sure you have the ingredients. It's a lot to it,
All right, so that's a good one. So vegetarian, and we do see a lot of people kind of go back and forth between pescatarian and vegetarian, because they will, and that's easier in a restaurant.
Yeah, pescatarian's not a problem.
Pescatarian's easy, like that's easy.
Sure,
so that's kind of in between. But vegetarian, so the numbers, I mean, it hasn't been that high. I mean, it's gone down as low as 4% of the U.S. identifying. Now, these surveys may not be 100% accurate.
The reason why we're saying this to everybody is not because we're mad at anybody like that, but the percentage is so small, it needs attention. For the amount of shit we go through for such a small percentage, one or two people can come in a night and just go crazy because we can't accommodate them.
Yeah.
But you don't understand how much you're asking out of somebody or some place that doesn't do it.
Yeah. This is you can be mad all you want. This is going to be your educational process. So moving on from those two, and we'll probably go back to them anyways, is going on to gluten-free. So we discussed gluten-free a little bit, I think, in season 1. Like, we had a topic that kind of skated around it, and we talked about it a little bit. So technically, let's clarify gluten-free and gluten sensitivity, because they're two different things. Celiac and gluten sensitivity are two different things.
Gluten intolerance is a difference.
Yes.
Gluten-free is a term that was, and I say this all the time, someone doesn't want to fart on their first date or something. They think not having gluten is going to be the answer to all their problems, or bloating or inflammation, or, I ate pasta the other day. No, you're eating shit pasta, man. That's the problem. It doesn't mean it's the
100%.
gluten. You really got to, you're taking away a lot by not knowing enough. you know? And what I mean is you're taking away some of the best things in life. If you get a high-grade semolina flour-based pasta made here, that we make in-house, you're probably going to find that your gluten intolerance doesn't exist. Okay, we don't use cheap shit American flour, and I love America, but I hate to admit that I don't want shitty flour here. They make flour in mass productions because flour goes in everything.
There's pesticides.
So they have to make wheat. They have to make everything happen fast to continue on with that. I mean, there's flour in fucking things that aren't even edible. It's a used product, you know?
They use it as a fill. Yeah. So let's break down the note because people are going to bitch about this. So the gluten-free thing, we know. If you're gluten-free, it's the same as doing CrossFit. You have to tell everybody. We get it. Like, we understand. Yeah. But let's go through the actual numbers because this is where numbers don't lie. And you can pretend all you want to, but this is where it comes down to. So this is actually pulled from Celiac Disease Foundation, National Institute for Health, and Beyond Celiac. So these are actual medical organizations that do these tests and know what it actually is. So celiac disease affects 1% of the population. I know one person who truly has this.
I know one person too.
Yes. Yep. So out of the thousands and thousands of people I know one person who has truly been diagnosed as celiac. So stop saying you're celiac if you've never been properly diagnosed. You're really
putting something. So being celiac is a miserable thing.
It is literally like anaphylactic type response, sick, doubling. Like it's you touch it, you are going down. So if you're not that person, you are not celiac. So that's 1% of the population. Then we move on to non-celiac gluten sensitivity, which most people feel they are.
Right.
So this goes about 6%, and that's probably based on product.
People feeling yucky.
Yeah, just like it affects your stomach. You do get inflammation.
And there's some truth to that because, like I just said, there are some product out there that are being made with such garbage in this country that is allowed. That's the problem.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that you have to kind of trial and error, but also gluten overload is a thing. So if you're eating it every day and you're not allowing it to cycle out of your body every 3 to 4 days, you are going to build up an intolerance and you are going to have a reaction. I've done the same thing with chicken. Any food you consume or overconsume can cause issues in your body. So that's actually, when you're looking at your diet, spacing out things, it makes a difference. So then there's the other categories. There's 2 other categories, which you may not have known on. So we have celiac disease, non-celiac gluten sensitivity. Then we have people limiting gluten for other reasons. So they say it's beyond diagnosed conditions, self-perceived health benefits, and weight management. And they say it's about 10% of the population limits just for medical reasons.
And that's a big jump. From 1% who really can't have gluten to the 10%, that means that's a huge jump. That's a huge jump. Now we're getting to where it starts affecting the restaurateurs.
Yes, and now this next one is where it really affects them because there is a 4th category in this.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Self-reported gluten-free diets. So that's the one. That's the one that they've never had a blood test. They've never had been to an actual doctor, not just something online where you're going to some functional medicine person, a doctor who properly diagnoses gluten allergies and intolerances. So that is actually 20% of the population.
That's huge. 20%.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's 100 people walk in here, 20 of them could have it.
We'll say that they are gluten-free.
And let me tell you something. They absolutely do.
They do. Yeah.
Yep. When you come in this place and you're like, we're gluten-free this, gluten-free that, it's very hard for us.
We do an Italian restaurant.
We have gluten-free, yes, we do it.
You do
because we really want to make sure that the gluten-intolerant people who really can't have it are taken care of and they can come to a nice place and eat. That's not their fault, right?
Yeah.
It's not a choice like being a vegan where you're making that option. It's only a choice in the 20%.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us as a restaurateur or chef to fucking goddamn decipher the two, so we have to go with it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how serious it is for you. But it's up to you.
When you take a risk. Like
when you have 10 to 15 people, and this happens all the time on a Friday, Saturday night, 10 to 15 people scattered throughout the dining room at the same time have gluten-free on their fucking menu. That means we have to cook everything gluten-free. We have to cook everything in different water. We have to cook different pasta. We have to make sure everything doesn't touch. So if 2 people at the table are having the same thing, instead of making the same thing twice, we have to make it 2 different ways. It's just a lot to it. Just so you can not feel the way you think you feel.
Yeah.
But go to a nice restaurant who has quality product and try the pasta. You're taking it away from yourself, and you shouldn't. It's not all bad.
No, well, that's the thing we always hear people when they travel. Oh, I went to Europe and I was able to eat pasta and pizza there and not feel like shit.
Of course,
it's because of the ingredients.
Exactly, and I'm using the same ingredients. So all the pasta stuff that we use here is all from the European standard.
Yeah,
it all comes from the European standard of food. Their versions of the FDA here, which Doesn't even compare. So over there we have, they have a lot of regulations. They have a lot of standard. They have a lot of tradition that they don't let stray, right?
Yeah.
So here,
stricter standard.
How fast can you get fucking weed on a table is all we give a shit about.
Yeah.
And how fast can you shove it in your face in a Geno's pizza roll, or how fast can you take a Pop-Tart and shove it up your ass? I mean, they don't care what's in it.
Faster absorption.
It's fast, right? Just inject it. You know what I mean? So
it's also just the rest of your shitty diet. It's probably not the one thing you ate. It's a culmination of all the things you ate.
Yeah, and we're gonna get slack for this because people be like, well, and I don't give a shit
fun.
because you know what? It's hard to not say it. Like when customers come in, we want to make sure everyone's happy. Okay. But when it interferes with everyone else's happiness, it's a pain in the ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on that. The whole vegan thing and all that. It's your choice. Much respect to you. Keep it, do your thing with it. But don't get mad when every restaurant kind of winces when they don't have a vegan menu. We don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't have one. That's just the way it is. I'm not a vegan chef, just like I'm not a sushi chef, and I'm just like I'm not.
You're not trying to pretend it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, I'm
but
not
again,
gonna.
Cutting your menu or accommodating your menu for that small of a percentage hurts your bottom line, and restaurants can't do that. Like they can't say, okay, we're going to give real estate to this, like this product, when it's only going to have a return of like probably not even 1%.
Sure.
So you're losing money having that on your menu because everything on your menu is real estate.
And everything that we talk about, processed foods. I can promise you right now, I look into it. This is not me having a guess, man. This is real. I've looked into all of it. How can I make myself a vegan chef to satisfy that thing? You have to go through the research and you have to weigh out, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? What does it take? It's all processed. There's no such thing as a vegan meat.
It's not healthier. No.
No, it's crap. It's garbage. So if you're going to sit here and eat a vegan burger, it's all
don't
processed.
Even get me started on the Beyond.
It's stamped out in factories, warehouses. There's no portobello cow walking around that we've murdered or slaughtered, and it doesn't happen. So in order to get mushrooms and tofu and soy and all that shit, you have to put it in a damn process. You have to stamp it. You have to have chemicals in there to bind it. You have to have preservatives in it. All these things have to happen to make this happen. It's more processed than some of the garbage we're eating. Yeah. So if you're not eating a damn cucumber off of the damn vine, it's more than likely processed just like everything else. You're not saving the world. You're not changing.
Being washed with something or have something sprayed on it or whatever it may be. And we've had the whole debate on the burgers before because the doctor I work with, who is a doctor who does protein as her main research. I mean, she's researched protein and protein synthesis and all the skeletal muscle shit for decades. And she actually at the time was vegetarian. And so she's full red meat supporter at this point because she went up and down with the research. Because again, looked at the numbers. Like if you have a burger that has 22 ingredients and then you have a burger that has 1 ingredient, which one is better for you?
Exactly. How can it not be?
It's your body is going to process it more naturally than trying to fight all these things in it. It's just you may think it's healthier, but again, it should be an ethical choice, not a nutritional choice for most people. I mean,
I don't even think it's either or the two. I think it's a trend.
Or jumping on the bandwagon.
I think it's just being in that mindset of that zen you want to be in, and that's cool, man. Whatever, you know what I mean. If you don't want to kill animals, and that's cool, man. I eat the shit out of them. I don't give a shit.
All of it.
There ain't a part of an animal I probably won't eat. There's some parts I won't eat, but there's probably not an animal I wouldn't. I mean, if you put me on a desert island and gave me a basket full of fruit and endless supply of pigs or something,
you would take
I'm going there.
I
you know what I mean? Because I'd rather die happy.
Yeah.
Than live an extra 3 years not happy. You know what I mean?
And it's not even that. Like, I mean, I have a diagnosed gluten intolerance. Like, I've actually been through the testing, and do I avoid it? No, because when I eat it in moderation, like once a week or every 2, it doesn't affect you the same.
You educate yourself on where it's coming from.
Yeah, and I eat pasta here all the time, and I'm fine. Yeah. And I eat, tons of bread and starch overseas, and I'm fine. And sourdough bread, you can eat that. You're fine if you're gluten, whatever. So there's a lot of ways around it, but don't come into a restaurant expecting them to change their menu or process. Again, look at the menu beforehand.
Right, and don't trust every restaurant that they're going to actually take care of. That's actually true. Problem,
yeah, especially like the pizzas. Even when you get a cauliflower crust pizza, they usually bake it in the same oven as the other pizzas. So it is essentially touching the flour that's on the bottom of the regular dough. So it is cross-contaminating. Are you going to notice it? Probably not, because you really don't have that much of an allergy to it. So if it's a little bit, you're not going to notice it. And I've seen that time and time again.
And this what we're talking about is not to bash everybody. It's to bring awareness to those bashing us.
Yeah.
When you walk into a place and you see that, they're not doing it, now you're mad or you feel like you're being ostracized or something. No, it's not the point. The point is it's not what we do. Like I said, don't walk into a sushi restaurant getting mad because they don't have a ribeye. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad. Thing. It's not what they do.
Yeah.
I really wish all the vegans well. I hope you guys find everything it is you're looking for. I really do. I hope it is, but it's not. You're unfortunately probably not going to find it here in my restaurant. And for all those people who do, you can't look at me and tell me some days that you just say, fuck it, I wish I didn't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. Also, it's hard.
This is a personal experience thing. I totally forgot about this. It just popped back in my head. When I was on the news, we did something for Chicken Wing Day, like something for National Chicken Wing Day, whatever. And I literally became a target of PETA. Like targeted, like to the point where it was thousands of comments. They put their whole army against me, started trying to shut down my pages for posting a picture of chicken wings, literally.
Yeah, so everyone who eats chicken wings, which is everyone else in the world.
But because I was on TV, they came after me as someone who, again, is a huge animal supporter, lived on a farm, has been through, like I've supported every animal charity, I think, on the planet. And I don't condone inhumane behavior of animals or treatment of them in that process. But yes, I will always eat meat. I'm never going to stop eating meat. And they came at me so hard that it's like, okay, educate people, don't attack them. Because if you feel the reason you're doing this is like, have an actual adult conversation about it. Don't go after them and say you're going to burn in hell because you ate a chicken wing.
No, you're not. Like, you're going to live happy.
You're going to be happy.
Blue cheese dressing.
Yeah. So it's one of those crazy things that I've actually experienced it on the hatred side. Like they get so emotional about it. I'm like, you just ain't happy with anything.
Hot wings with blue cheese right now.
I mean, chickens are delicious. Son. If God didn't want you to eat chickens, he would have made them be able to fly so they could get away from you.
Right. So here's the thing.
Chickens are yours. Chickens
if PETA would change their mindset a little bit and just convince cows, whisper in their ear that you're going to be an amazing meal one day and you need to really be proud of yourself.
Oh, we're going to go for self.
Then they'll be happy. Self-motivated. But if you keep telling them they're going to die and be a meal, they're going to be sad when they die, right? Just tell them they have a purpose on this world, and it's that.
Well, I mean,
you're going to make a nice cup of milk. You're going to make a nice cup of milk.
Yeah.
Pet it, whisper in its ear. You know what I mean? You're going to make ice cream. It's going to make everybody happy. And that cow's going to be so happy, and it's going to die happy, which we could, come on.
Back to like the old school, like wagon type
let's
treatment.
Be nice. It is good treatment,
But I mean, yes, and it is. Healthy animals are better. I am 100% in support of any of the, and it has gotten more into the forefront.
Convince a baby cow that's going to be veal. Everyone's, you can't slaughter a baby animal. Well, it's not so much. Listen, just look out over the pasture. You see how miserable all those cows are? You're not going to be there. You don't have to suffer through that. You're going to be something brilliant right from the get-go, right? We're going to get hell for this, aren't we?
Oh, we're going to get so much hell for that. It's fine. The thing is it's all about balance and education, and no one's hating on you, so don't hate on us.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's just be a respectful.
It just gets old when people just get mad because they don't get everything they fucking want. Look, it's all good. We are joking around. We are having fun with it, but the bottom line is it is hard to satisfy every genre of eater these days.
But there's a great vegan place here locally in Virginia Beach that does a great job and makes baked goods, and they're phenomenal. Go to them. They're amazing. I eat them because I actually like the taste.
Right. And like I said, I'm not bashing vegans. This is more about the vegans who bash us.
Yeah.
Because we don't fucking fit into their schedule. Well, sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Again,
that was fun, though. Sorry. We just had to do it. It was one that we had to do.
But you know what? The only people who are offended are the ones we're talking about. But there are so many people watching this clapping saying, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's not that we're bashing everybody. I just don't like being bashed anymore.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
For just holding down a normal menu in a normal restaurant process.
People ask me straight up, you need a vegan menu. No, I fucking don't. What are you talking about?
For how many people?
No, I don't.
Literally look at the numbers for how many people.
Right, but not only that, it's not what I do. I'm not a vegan chef. No. Or, a vegetarian menu would be nice. Or you should put a V next to what's... No, I don't.
You should know. If you're vegetarian, you can eat the damn salad or not. You don't need to ask people what is vegetarian. If you're a vegetarian, you should know what you can eat on the menu. Stop asking. your lettuce is not drenched in duck fat. Like it's unless it is. I mean, it could be a warm spinach salad and it could have bacon on it.
Right.
Don't eat that. Like it's on the menu.
Come in and look at what we do. Enjoy what we do and what we don't do. And then there's restaurants out there. And I give it up to all those. Any vegan restaurant out there right now, this is a heart attack, it seems like. But anyone out there that's doing successful, perfect. I'm very proud and happy for you. A chef is a chef is a chef, and I support and I back everybody.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And if I can help in any way in that area, that'd be wonderful. But as far as coming into my restaurant, what I do, I just don't do it.
You're not going to do it.
That's that.
I did that for Thanksgiving once. I have a friend who was vegan and bounces between vegan and vegetarian, and she came over, and I literally called her before, and I said, you need to bring all your own shit. I said, nothing that I have does not have some type of meat, butter,
exactly.
fat
And how are you supposed to do Thanksgiving
So she literally brought her own plate, and she was fine with it. She was like, okay, cool. Brought her own plate. And I was like,
she opened up her bag, and it was a sweet potato.
It's just one thing. And some nut. They can,
I love
some
my
berry.
sweet
I don't
potato.
know. But she literally, I was like, sorry, even my asparagus is wrapped in prosciutto. Like, nothing I have on my Thanksgiving menu is going to be
all day.
Not anything
It's
covered
hard.
in meat. So, yeah, but she was fine with it.
For all the meat lovers out there, this is for you.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. Did we get enough venting in on that?
I think so. We'll find out in the comments.
We'll find out. We'll see how this one went, but that's all right. Okay, cool. That's it.
Don't care.
We done.
Brush your hair.
We done.
All right. That's it. Hey, ciao for now.